How's it going, everybody? Another transmission, Zudakai here. I hope everybody's having a peaceful, blessed, abundant day today. Go out, get some sunshine, get some fresh air, do the things that you need to do, and remember, delayed gratification is always the way. Now, in this video today, this transmission, I wanted to talk about being alone and why being alone isn't bad. Being alone, the etymology of alone means all oneness. A-L, all one. A-O-N-E, oneness. All oneness. So that's really what alone means. And it's important to be alone at times, especially when you need to find inner peace. You can't be around a group of people and find inner peace. You can't go to a bar and find inner peace. You can't ask somebody to help you find inner peace. You have to be alone and you need to find that inner peace yourself. You need to be in a place where there isn't external noise, there isn't external things that are going on that are going to affect you from going inside and not being distracted. Nowadays in this society, barely anybody can be alone. Everybody needs to be with somebody, whether that's a partner, whether that's a group of friends, even family. And don't get me wrong, it's okay to have friends. It's okay to have, of course, be close to your family. It's okay to go meet new people, but there also becomes a time in your day where you will be alone, and you need to be okay with being alone, and you need to understand that it's part of the process. You can't understand who you are or anything about yourself if you never take time for yourself and if you're never alone. Also, there's gonna be times, even if you're always around people, you're always with a friend, a girlfriend, your family, there's gonna be times where you are going to be alone. It's inevitable. This is life, and you need to understand how to be with yourself and how to talk to yourself and how to treat yourself and how to be with yourself. A lot of people, they can't even be with themselves. And it's sad nowadays, you know? It's really sad. Like, you need to understand that being with yourself is the most important thing. It's the first step to being a good and decent person to other people. Because when you're alone and with yourself, you start to see how you treat yourself. You start to learn how to treat yourself correctly. And then you can treat others the way that you would want to treat yourself. Whereas if you never are alone, you don't know yourself, you don't know how to treat yourself, you don't know what to do with yourself, and you end up becoming lost. This external world, the materials, all that, it takes away from you and yourself and understanding who you are and building a relationship with yourself. You need to build trust with yourself, and the only way to do that is to be alone, is to be in solitude. The only way to be able to grow is to be by yourself, is to be alone, to come up with new ideas for whether that's a business you want to start or a life that you want to live. You have to be alone. There's going to be trials and tribulations, especially when you are changing and elevating your life, where you need to step away from the people that you were previously around and take time alone so you can start to attract new energies, new people, and whatever it is that you want to attract. You need to find peace in being alone, in all oneness. All oneness. When I go and I work out, nobody's around me telling me to go work out. Yes, it's good to have people to work out with and to people to train with. Iron sharpens iron. That's not what I'm saying. But at the core of it, you have to be able to do things alone. You have to be able to do things in all oneness. And it's even beyond just doing things, just figuring, like I said, figuring out who you are, figuring out what you want to do in life. You need to find time to be alone, and you need to cherish that time too. Don't try and run away from it. Those people, those places, they will always be there. All of having FOMO about missing out on being with friends or being here or being there. People do the same continuous thing every week, every month, every year. Life is a pattern. Life is a pattern. Everybody lives in a loop, pretty much. So it's what you do within that loop, whether it's a 24-hour loop, whether it is a weekly loop, whether it's a monthly loop, whether it's a yearly loop. We all live in this cycle where we do these similar activities. And when you break out of, a loop that you're always in, you have to find time alone to figure out exactly the next cycle that you want to enter, and then you have to do things that are going to help you enter that cycle. And to achieve anything, you need time alone. And once you find that alone time and that peace from the external world, you're able to sit down by yourself, you're able to meditate, you're able to work out, you're able to eat by yourself, you're able to experience. You realize how sacred that alone time is, how sacred that peace is. And there is no other peace. There's no higher level of peace that you can get than sitting alone, sitting in all oneness. All oneness, alone. Remember, when you're sitting alone, you're never really alone. You have your mind, and your mind is filled with all of your ancestors. You're sitting with your heart, you're sitting with your body. You're never truly alone. Alone means all oneness. You're becoming one with all that is around. And you need to cherish those moments, and you need to be happy for the life you were giving, for the breaths that you can take, for the fresh air that you can breathe, for the light that you receive from the sun. All these small things that we take for granted because we see and we do them every day. Just know that nothing is permanent on this plane, the law of impermanence, and we need to appreciate and we need to thank all of these factors that we are able to receive, and all these facilities that we are able to use every day. And sometimes when we are not alone, we become distracted by other things around, and we do not have time to be thankful for the sun, for the air, for the water, for the food, because we're so consumed with other things that we don't step back and we don't sit with ourselves, sit down alone, sit down in all oneness, and appreciate the true essence of life. Alone, all oneness. I hope everybody has received this transmission with love, light, and healing. I hope everybody has learned something. I hope you guys received the message. It's okay to be alone. Being alone just means all oneness. Let's all find inner peace. Let's all find happiness. Let's all elevate our vibration, our frequency, and keep growing and keep learning. Zudakai here with another transmission. Have a beautiful, blessed, abundant, prosperous, graceful day. Love, light, healing. Amor, luz y sanación.